Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Console Overwatch Multi-Tier Tournament brought to you by CGL. My name is Bull Skunk alongside Chef Billy, and we're bringing you some Tier 2 action here this evening as we have both undefeated, no one going up against the undefeated Cute Threat here in the Tier 2 division. Billy, this is going to be a heck of a match. What can we expect to see from these teams?
I'm looking for a barroom brawl tonight. We've seen a lot of good Overwatch here in the past games here in this very new season. We're about a third of the way through now. As you say, both teams are coming in 3-0. No one has only dropped one map across all these weeks. So they are a dominant force right now in the tier 2 scene. But on the other hand, Cute Threat comes in having only lost 3 total maps across their 3 weeks. So, I had a chance to see them, see no one in the Dane DeFito Community Open in the summer back in August. I think they were a newly formed team at that time, and man, were they lethal. So I'm expecting huge plays coming out of them. Billowy Splash is one of a tier 1 tanks that actually moved up to tier 2 in the off season, and he is looking in absolute dominant fashion right now. So I'm looking for some really good play from the main tank there. You were talking about the other side, Cute Threat.
Yeah, on the other side
we need to look at.
Yeah, I mean, also a brand new team here in Season 7 of the multi-tier tournament, headed up by Lemon Boo and Charm Fox are the 2 captains, and 2 very new leaders in this role. They never led up a team. They never headed up a team before, They've never managed a team, and so far they have put up an impressive showing from what I've seen. I did get a chance to speak with them a little bit because I haven't seen them personally play just yet, being so new, but they say we've really got to keep an eye on their DPS duo, that they are a terrifying threat, was the words that Fox used, and so I'm anxious to see what they got in action. Apparently their Reinhardt player is pretty cracked as well. So this should shape up to be we could go to map 5 for Billy. We could end up on Lijiang Tower. That would, obviously we love our map 5s around here. Speaking of maps, here we are in a new map pool here in week 4, so we will be starting off on Oasis, heading to Numbani for our hybrid map, followed by Volskaya will be your assault map here for week 4, rounding it out on Route 66. Close things off here in our 4 map set, and as I just mentioned, Lijiang Tower is our tiebreaker here in week 4. And then we got a whole new hero pool approaching this week as well, so you will not see any Zarya, no Pharah, no Symmetra, and no Lucio. So it'll be interesting to see how teams adapt. What are you expecting to see here as we start off on Oasis?
It's going to be slow. I think that the rate of play is going to be so much slower. Even with the, you do have some mobility coming with D.Va. You could run dive. But the speed boost is just, Lucio is such an integral part, especially in the lower elo tiers, that you're going to see a lot of Baptiste. I think that he is a natural replacement for Lucio in the effect that he takes care of the ultimates coming in.
Right.
Usually you'll throw a beat drop in. Now you're going to throw the Immort out. So that is the biggest thing for me is the speed, the rate of play, and the speed of play is going to be a lot less quick. So I think that the fights could drag out a lot longer. I think you're also going to see double shield because now the Rhine doesn't have the Zarya to protect him.
Well, we are getting 2 very different compositions here as to start things off here in our first map. They're going to go ahead and just clash right over the point. The Rhine D.Va composition on the side of no one, taking first blood here, taking 2 quick kills coming up in their favor to start things off. Though Cute Threat not to be dissuaded just yet. Oh, and now they are out of that fight, and no one coming up with a quick first capture to start us off on Oasis.
My goodness, that was fast, that was decisive, and that was just what the doctor ordered for no one. Even with a huge anti-nade coming out from 7 Bionic, that was fast coming from no one. So I think that their brawl comp is set and ready to go, and then you got that little bit of CC coming from Autumn Canvas on the McCree.
Madly winning the Doomfist battle first engagement, but Ryan the Unicorn comes back, takes care of business there in the second, as we get a Swappo drag going over to the McCree to mirror match the DPS lineup, and with the one-man advantage, it looks like Cute Threat are going to press the assault here, push no one right on off the point. They said, we want this thing back, and already this is shaping up to be a close match. Coalescence go ahead and get thrown in here on the side of no one as they try to hold on by as much percentage as they can. Ryan the Unicorn already with a Meteor Strike, went down early in the ult economy, but got his first, but nevertheless, Madly Dank coming through with the pick. The Meteor Strike not finding anything, and this team, no one holding on for dear life. They maintain control. I misspoke earlier as Acute Threat gets nothing on the board. Big Zero still in their percent column.
Man, and they had about 80% of the way of flipping that over.
It looked like 98% on that. It was so close.
I'm telling you, Lugunk popping that Coalescence, keeping her main tank alive, and he just swung through it. And then a little bit of a late contest coming from Big Burrito, the captain of no one, just swinging that flail around and just taking people out.
Supercharger Deadeye coming out on the side of Cute Threat as they make their way back in here. 78% and counting. This could be final fight, depending on how quick it goes. Ryan's going to get a quick D-Mech. Lemon and Ace both coming up with kills on the side of Cute Threat. That tank line showing up. Autumn trying to counter back with that Deadeye, but that was the only ultimate they had in their pocket at that time. And it is just going to be some cleanup. And finally, with 95% on the board, does look like Cute Threat will get this. Diva Bomb coming in. Late from Aviana, and it gets somebody. Finds the kill. Holy crap. This team of no one just defying logic and coming right back into this thing. Autumn coming up with 2 kills, and they may have actually done it.
They flipped it. They never flipped. Wow. That was an awesome Diva Bomb. Got it last second and kind of did a little crazy S maneuver, or a crazy Ivan if you want to go back to Red October. He crazy Ivan did a little S in the air and then launched it at the very last second of his boosters, and there was nowhere for Ace to go. He got annihilated within. That spelled the end of it. I mean, Bull, that was absolutely nuts. They should have, kited back to their team so many times, and they just said, no, I'm not releasing this point. This is going to be mine. We're gonna stop. We're gonna go ahead and stall it out as long as we can. And one pick. Autumn canvas on this McCree right now is positively lethal.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. No one going over to the main McCree here. It looks like Cute Threat sticking with that Doomfist. Both teams bringing the Rhine Diva. But look at this four. We're getting that Baptiste there on the side of Cute Threat. I like that pick. What do you think, Billy?
I like it too, but you can't right now. The brawl ability, and look at this. Look at the focus of the team. They are all together, grouped up as 6, and they're unbreakable right now.
Well, Cute Threat going to go ahead and drop down off the high ground, try to press the engagement here. Trades coming through. Brig for Doomfist, 5v5 here on the objective. Odrag getting some shots down, trying to find an opening through that shield. So far, not yet. Gets the flashbang onto the May. Barely able to escape out of there with her life. Billowy, not so lucky. But on canvas, not to be outdone. Swings around and gets a kill of his own. Odrag turns and wins the duel with the other cowboy. And this has been an absolute back and forth. An early Deadeye coming out there from Odrag is going to get the D-Mech with that, but can't quite find the May. Coalescence coming in on the other side as this tenacious team of no one not willing to give up this point. And they are going to claw their way through. Lugnut coming up with some key hits at the end. And the Moira showing her deadly side. And they are going to get this thing started for us in the name of no one and capture percentage on the board.
Yep, and I think that was you want that that charge back from Ace the Demiweed, because he left himself open to a fire strike and a hammer to the face in the name of Billowy Splash. Man, that fight dragged out for about 1 minute and 15 seconds before anybody started capturing on this. So you're right, there is a tenacity to this team that I have not seen in these lower elos for a long time. They are scary indeed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now we're going to get the Earth Shatter coming out from Ace. Doesn't look like he found much. One coming out from the other side, also blocked, but here comes the Blizzard. This could be the difference maker here in this engagement for no one. Odragged trying to not let him follow up. He gets 2, but they trade out for 2 of their own. The main source of shield and healing gone here for Cute Threat, and it does look like no one will maintain control, at least for the meantime.
The tech line accounted for 4 of 6 dead members of Cute Threat there. The kill confirmation that Aviantet right there just displayed is what you want to see from a diva player, because she took the fight, she used her DM nicely, she was able to get up and down, and then she just started laying people on the ground.
Diva Bomb coming in from Cute Threat to try to initialize this first engagement. That finds 3. What a fantastic bomb coming through from Lemon Boo. And they should be able to move in and clean up with ease, although the fight coming out of No One cannot be denied here so far on Oasis. And it seems like No Point is captured with ease despite the 3 kills opening things up. Odrag tossing in a Deadeye, and they should finally get some percentage started.
No.
The tank's coming back. The tank's coming back. Oh my goodness, Odrag able to find the Moira, so I think that's a lot of their sustain gone. There go the tanks. There goes the percentage.
My goodness, the Brig, Big Burrito was actually inside the little pillar here in the middle and just stood there, wasn't moving, kind of crouched down to keep herself quiet. And Madly doing his job on the May, ice walking and saving thing. They want every single percentage that they can get every time they take a point.
Now final fight territory here for Cute Threat. They got to hold on to this thing for at least 3 more engagements. We'll see how they choose again. We got Blizzard online as well as that Coalescence. Rally coming out on the other side. Here comes both of those aforementioned ultimates for Cute Threat. Don't seem to find much. They did get the kill on the Diva. McCree goes down as well. I think they are going to manage to hold on here for another engagement.
Yeah, they threw Blizzard and Coalescence into that fight. I think you could have saved the Coalescence.
Perhaps. It built up so fast.
Yeah. As we say it in unison, she gets it so fast. They've got a good set of ultimates right now, but now on the other side, 3, almost 4 ready to go. All important Blizzard coming out here in just a few seconds. I got it.
Gets stunned out of it. Fortunately for Madly, it doesn't get wasted because I saw that hand go up in the attempt to throw Snowball out. Earthshatter comes through, and they level the playing field there. Ant Matrix thrown up from Q Threat as well as they continue to hold this choke and are continuing to keep No One at bay.
Yeah, I think the swap over to the McCree, the swap over to the Baptiste has really paid off dividends for them. So, man, they've just got to hold it just a few more percentage points. They're going to start leading in with the Coalescence here.
Yeah, this could absolutely be last fight. If No One wins this engagement, they'll take Oasis. Otherwise, we'll go on to a 3rd round. Diva Bomb coming out on the side of Cute Threat. That finds 1, but they've traded out. 1 DPS down on either side. There was a DMEC in favor of Cute Threat there as well. So a small advantage to them here in this fight. And they're going to go up close and personal. A little Reinhardt duel inside the tiny room. But it was not very honorable as we are getting blizzards and maze and walls thrown into the mix. Somehow another Billowy Splash survived for as long as he did. I think that was a miracle. But in the end, it does seem to be Cute Threat emerging victorious, at least from that duel. Oh, but here comes Madly Dank trying to punch his way back into this battle. Has got 2 already, looking for more. The May goes down, and Madly, wow, showing up. Heavyweight title belt going to this Doomfist is, I think No One might be able to hold on and claim the 1-0 lead here in this series. They got the flip. Can anybody from Q Threat get back to touch?
Yes, I think so. No!
Oh, the Wrecking Ball punched off, and No One taking the 1-0 lead.
Okay, let's recap what we just saw, ladies and gentlemen, as I pick my jaw up off the floor. Tank line showing what they can do. The stall abilities from this No One side right now is what really is the difference between both sides, because they were not willing to give an inch. As we go into Numbani, No One is up 1-0. Don't go away.
Welcome back, my friends, to the Console Overwatch multi-tier tournament. We are headed into map 2 of this tier 2 matchup between No One and Cute Threat. No One starting us off with a 1-0 lead, taking Oasis in pretty dominant fashion there in 2-0. Billy, what did we see there, and what do you think Cute Threat can come back and do and tie this thing up?
Really, the only thing that I saw that, and it's nitpicking because the play was, especially there on City Center, was astounding, and it was just one pick here or there. So I don't think that there's really much other than staying together and conserving the ults, stacking the ults in the proper fashion is what's going to get it. But I think that, the one edge that I give them is in the support. No one has the better support system right now. Big Burrito is doing a lot of damage on the Brigitte right now. He's getting in there, he's brawling, he's stunning people. So I think that if you counter the Brigitte, either with your own or your McCree checks the Brigitte, I think that's where you get the more success there. So either the Diva eats the Diva. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and they just on the side of Cute Threat didn't seem to have that brawl potential with the Baptiste Moira. A little more sustained, but they couldn't win out the fights, or at least a lot of the time.
The one-shot ability coming from Madly Dank on the Doomfist, that recontest with the Doomfist, taking 3 out of his own. I mean,
that was something to watch.
That was something to watch. So I have the ready up. We're gonna go ahead and get back in here, but I mean, I want to talk about that. Right now the DPS from No One is what is really showing up right now, and not to take anything away from Q Threat, but there's just an extra little side of lethality sauce coming from No One. So I think that if you check the DPS, you check the Brigitte, I think that this is going to be a 5-map series. So I'm really hoping that it goes 5 maps because I think we deserve it. We had a little bit of an extended break off.
Well, for us,
so
we took a whole 3 days off, and frankly, there just weren't matches to cast on Tuesday or Wednesday. It wasn't really even by choice. But hey, happy to be back. Happy to be back on the mics, and excited about this week 4. I like this map pool. I like this hero pool. Very interesting.
I really do like this map pool. There was a bug with Numbani during the week though, that I was scared that, and I'm still kind of like butterflies in the stomach because of some of the issues that either it was a tech issue or a programming issue. But it was lagging out on Numbani, and so as we look at coming into it, no lags right now. So we are banging a gong, get it on. Let's go, Bull Skunk. Let's go, baby.
Yep, No One's starting us off on the defense here with a little bit of Ryan Diva once again bringing that Brig Moira in the support line. McCree on the playing field, but a new addition here as we've got Junkrat on the side of the defense. Attacking team bringing us Widow Doom. I like it. Looks like they're going to path around Coast on the side of Cute Threat coming through as they are in the red jersey still. Here comes the Doomfist looking for that Junkrat. Got the nice push in, not quite able to find the final blow. But Odrag on the other side of things, moving around through main, got the D-Mech and is able to find himself good sideline. Trying to put some shots down. Dueling with Autumn Camus on the low ground, and her Mercy Pocket is gone. Madly coming up the big pick on the front line as well. The primary source of heals missing here for Cute Threat on the assault. And I think they're going to have to reset here.
Yeah, I think that it's time to get out, even though Odrag is going to go ahead and, got headshot.
Dirty.
High ground to low ground. Dank coming out with, or Autumn Canvas coming out with a zinger of a headshot. Took the French Ballet Assassin's dome clean off.
Right between the eyes. Coming back in with our second assault. We are going to get a swap over to the Ana here. So Autumn Moira there in the sport line. It looks like they're going to path it to high ground this time. Nope. They're just kind of feigning high ground and going Coast. Moving underneath. Not trying to challenge up top this time. They're just going to move right onto the objective with a quickness. Oh, but they're losing players left and right. Already 3 down here on the side of the offense. Make that 4. Risa in big trouble in the back. And a very staunch defense making short work of the attack here on their second engagement of Numbani.
Yeah, I don't think that Marissa here in her home country is... I think you run the Sigma here, or you run the ball and you just completely beat him with speed. Because right now, Junkrat is absolutely obliterating them, and they have no answer for that Junkrat right now.
Do you think they're struggling without the Lucio, perhaps figuring out how to work around the charge comp with no speed?
I think they're struggling with not having the Zarya.
Well, here comes a shatter. That gets through and finds 2. What the hell? Madly Dank with a 6-man tire, and that is huge. Oh, wow.
Flip that.
That just took me out of my chair. Oh, my goodness. Madly Dank with the ace tire. Autumn Canvas just taking a seat. He doesn't need to do anything with that Junkrat. Wow.
That's our first entire team wipe with one ultimate of our casting season this season. So,
well, Cute Threat, they are not dismayed. They're just coming right back in, throwing a Deadeye into the mix, speeding onto the Logar and combining that with a Supercharger, but no kills coming through on that. The bombs coming through, and the Reinhardt shield broke at the worst possible time. The Orisa goes down. Reinhardt not far behind. Despite investing Coalescence, they can't keep their tanks alive. And now Cute Threat way out of position and fighting for their lives with just 38 seconds left on the clock.
Yep, and here comes the change that I kind of asked for. Even though there's a good extra kill coming out on Madly Dank, that'll take him out of the fight for a little while with the spawn advantage going to the attacking team ish. But man, they swapped over. Lemon Boot just swapped off the Orisa to the Sigma, so you have a little bit more CC ability to kind of stall this out. But I'm wondering what Ace is doing. He's kind of getting up here, and it looks like he's trying to support his Sigma. They're fighting really disjointed right now. I'm not sure what.
I think it was a scramble to try to get back to the point. Somebody's got to touch him. They've got 4 seconds to do it. Charge coming through. He does manage to hit the Reinhardt with it, but he is in no man's land now, and he's going to pay. Both Reinhardts go down as a matter of fact, but the DPS duo coming out from the other side, and here comes yet another tire. This one taking out the nano-boosted Sigma, and the overtime wick will burn down 0% on the board here for Cute Threat.
That was a lesson in lethality on defense. There was no passivity coming from no one on that one. The ultimate economy that they are showing, the discipline to not all press Y at the same time, even though in that 6-man tire, Autumn did actually pop his Deadeye. So, maybe they all thought, okay, here comes the Shatter. Maybe they had already planned to do it anyways, but who thought that he was going to get a 6-man tire?
I don't think you could ever plan for that one. I mean, you got to have some brass cojones if you're coming to go, nah, I'm going to 6-man him. Watch.
I got this, but I mean,
I got this, fam.
So getting back into it though, that's a full hold.
Oh yeah.
For no one. I mean, 0% win condition set. I mean, we've got 33%, and you're done. We're moving on to Volskaya at that point. So I think defensively, they've got to have stuff that's going to neutralize what it will be thrown at them. They've got to have the sustain. They've got to have the immortality field. And 7 Bionic has gone on to the Baptiste. So,
and then this DPS duo. What do you make of this? The DPS duo for the defense.
Junk Soldier. I mean, I think you're looking for extra healing. I think that they're suffering from a lack of healing right now.
On the other side, we are getting the McCree Junkrat here for no one as they look to push in and grab the mere 33% they need to take a 2-0 lead here in this series. Reinhardt Diva coming out in the tank line for the attacking team as well. Bringing back that Brig. Big Burrito looking to bash some faces. Mace to the face. As it looks like they're going to path underneath through the hotel lobby. They've already got 2 people on point. The Diva rushing the point, and that's going to force some eyes to turn around. Take the attention off the front line here on the side of Cute Threat, and then Madly Dank coming through, cleaning house, finds 3 kills before getting sent back to spawn. But take a break, my friend. Your work here is done. Numbani belongs to no one. Puns fully intended.
Wow. I actually had to pause for a minute to hear. Did he really say that? No, but I mean, okay. So the lethality coming from, Control was obviously a really good map set for, I gotta see this.
Woo! Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, I mean, as we go into Volskaya, questions have to be asked on the side of Cute Threat. How do we counter the DPS duo of no one? Because right now they are absolutely aces high as far as kills and confirmed kills. So as we go into Volskaya, no one is up 2-0, and we'll be back with you in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Console Overwatch multi-tier tournament. We are here with a Tier 2 matchup between No One and Cute Threat. No One up 2-0 at the half, and they're on track to take this thing 4-0, continue their undefeated streak, and move up into that #1 slot here in the Tier 2 division. Billy, do you think No One can do it?
I think they can, based upon what we've seen across the first 2 maps. map points are so important on the other hand for Q Threat because, even though if they take the L tonight, the map points are what's going to keep them up in the higher tier of the standings and guarantee them playoff positioning because even though we're really early in the season, we still have another 5 weeks after this. Every map point will count when it comes time for seedings for the playoff picture because we do have seeds. So I think that, even though they've gotten, smacked around a little bit, I think they have the ability to come back. They have shown moments of brilliance. They have shown moments of tenacity. It's just keeping it all coalesced at the same time. And I think that the separation of the team that we're seeing, they're all going kind of separate ways, seeing the Sigma go up. I know that there was a limited amount of time for them to get back to the point, but you could have stayed and waited and had that extra shielding ready to go instead of trying to go in there 1v6 and getting wiped. He ended up getting the nano boost onto him to save his life, and then he was just immediately deleted by Dank.
Yeah, they didn't seem to have any answer for that Junkrat. Most notably and most obvious was the 6-man tire, but across the entire attack, they struggled to deal with that Junkrat.
Yeah. So I think that, they're going to have an answer for the DPS duo. And, sometimes going against what the meta is what the answer is. And I've always said this in our cast. Don't be afraid to take a chance.
Yeah.
Try something different.
Fortune favors the bold.
Yeah. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different outcome. So as we go into Volskaya Industries, Mr. Bullskunk, I am hoping that there will be a round of maybe boosting confidence, trying to get the elevation up in the spirits of Q Threat because that noon bonding was hard to watch for me because it felt very disjointed. Either the pathing was wrong or the personnel was wrong. You just gotta basically put it behind you and act like it's a new map now. So as we go into this, I'm really wanting to see if there's gonna be a bounce back now because this is the point where either you're done and you basically phone it in for the rest of the match, or you come out with a fire under your butt and you give it your all.
With that said, we did side swap. Q Threat now in the blue jersey, starting us off here on the defense as we head into Mother Russia. Bringing us a little Reinhardt diva once again, no big surprise there. Made Junkrat of their own here on the defense with Baptiste and Moira to keep the team topped off and standing. What do we see on the side of the offense here, Billy?
Well, Ryan Diva are on the defense. We are looking at did you not just do the defense? Oh, the offense.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Ryan Diva coming up for them, bringing out that trusty Brigand. They're just going all full brawl here, up close and personal, with a little bit of spam damage coming in from Madly. I keep wanting to call him Manly Dank. I think you should change your name.
Well, Insane Slayer on the side of the defense coming up with first blood as Q Threat able to save off the aggression here so far. Nice Maywall coming up, separating the front line. Now the Diva Reinhardt of no one caught in the small room here. All right, wall goes down, and they are able to escape, rejoining the rest of their team back in the primary choke. Diva coming in, trying to put some pressure down onto that Reinhardt. So far, Biotic and Overpowered able to keep Q Threat alive and in this match. O'Drad coming up with a nice kill as the Diva is taken down. Falls in with a nice kill onto the McCree as well. And it looks like the Junkrat has enabled Q Threat to hold on here, stave off this first assault.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Insane came in as a substitute during the break, and Ace, the Demi-Weave, has gone over to the Diva. And it looks like the Reinhardt position actually has been stabilized a lot more than it was before.
Billoway runs in, gets frozen and deleted. Does not have a chance to throw down that Earthshatter that he was holding on to. Ryan the Unicorn coming up with that big kill. Without their shield, I think that no one's going to struggle to push in past this point. We should get a reset.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that they are looking at that right now and saying, you know what, maybe honor is a better part of valor, and just kind of getting a regroup and allowing Billy to get back in there.
6 ultimates online for the defense, 4 here for the offense. This could be an old extravaganza. Maywall coming up, divide off that front line once again. Splits, cute threat, or sorry, splits no one in half. Here comes the Earthshatter, finds nothing but the shield of Insane Slayer. But on the other side, the D.Va managed to gobble up that Blizzard, deny the ultimate out of there, keep things nice and warm here on Volskaya. We get a nice Deadeye off the flank, takes down Dragged. D-Mech coming through, but D.Va Bomb in the pocket, gonna allow Avian to get back in the mech, and this should be point A coming through here for no one, barring a miracle retake.
I mean, I would go ahead and just let them have it at this point, but I mean, that's good heart shown. That's good tenacity being shown from Cute Threat there. I mean, they didn't just get rolled. They put up a really good defense there. I think this Rhine swap, you know, they were talking about Ace WWE being the cracked Reinhardt. I think that Insane's play right now is actually cracked. So either Ace is the tank specialist for the team and the flex tank, or maybe he was having an off day on the Reinhardt.
It happens to the best of us, no doubt. Now Coalescence and Tire online here for the attacking team as they're looking to push into point B. 4 minutes on the clock. Coalescence coming out on the side of both teams. Just holding everybody at baby. Madly coming through with opening blood. Now here comes the Tire. Can he do it again? Oh, that was a defensive Tire. I assumed that was coming from the... Oh, here comes the offensive Tire. Trying to counter the Blizzard. Neither Tire finding much luck. Though Madly on the Junkrat does come up with a kill. Both Reinhardts down. Now this could favor the defense as Cute Threat going to go ahead and throw the Ant Matrix down. But it is the DPS duo on the side of no one finding the goods. Coming up with the kills and cleaning off this objective as they're starting to get some percentage building. The D.Va is going to get D-Mech. Reinhardt coming back through, but gets stunned all the while. Here comes that percentage, 60 and counting on the board. Deadeye coming up, and a nice Maywall immediately up to deny the value out of that ultimate. Nevertheless, one kill does come through as he sneaks around the side of it. Madly found himself a kill in that endeavor as well. And this is looking to be a very fast take of Volskaya coming through from no one.
Absolutely, and when Burrito popped that rally, he just topped everybody off and just made it impossible to kill anybody, even with the immortality barrier there, and with 252 in the time bank. No one takes Volskaya point B, and man, that is a lightning fast time for anybody. You know, the average time on this map is about 52 seconds, if I remember the last time that I looked up the average win times or time remaining was about 52 seconds. So 2 minutes faster than the average here on Volskaya. And I tell you what, you know, after a great first defense, you know, I mean, point A. So either you full hold it or you drop it real fast. They were somewhere in the middle. So, I mean, I think that the play was good, but there was never a regroup from Cute Threat. They just started throwing bodies out there, and they didn't check they didn't check Madly Dank on the Junkrat, and he actually got into the back line. I was going to say sneaky like I normally do, but there's a lot of other stuff going on in the front line. Even without him hitting a big tire, he was able to take down both supports in the beginning of that fight, and Burrito popped his rally, and that was what really sealed the fate. It was just a matter of time from that point.
Well, now no one going on the defense here, hoping that fantastic time will be enough to give them the map and confirm their match win and staying undefeated, staying one of the 6 remaining undefeated teams, as there will only be 6 undefeated teams in Tier 2 after this matchup. But Cute Threat, they are not done yet. Don't put a fork in these guys just yet as they go back on their attack with the Rhine D.Va, coming back in with the McCree May. Looking to put some damage down on that front line as we're getting the double shield out of the side of the defense here.
I like it. I like this play here because it allows you to play slower. There is a mobile shield in Sigma, and you know, there's CC abound right now.
They try to get that accretion off. Maywall there to deny value from that ultimate. As so far, looks like no one doing a good job of keeping Cute Threat in check here at the main choke. We're now going to have Coalescence as well as Ant Matrix coming online here soon for the attacking team, but Blizzard coming online not too far behind that for the defense.
Indeed, and I think that you gotta press the advantage here. You gotta get a better time than what they did, and right now they're getting stonewalled by these walls and by this May, and the junk spam coming in is just denying any kind. But here we go, window coming out.
Perfect time for that Coalescence as well. He's able to keep Insane Slayer up as they push through, find the kill. Oh, but the Coalescence from the other side, combined with that Blizzard, demolishes the tank line of Cute Threat as they were trying to push in here. They're going to go ahead and invest a Blizzard on this side of the attacking team, and it does look like they managed to get a couple kills off of it. So it's just going to be the Moira and the Mei left back on the objective here, and a big window of opportunity here for Cute Threat to push in and get a point on the board.
Absolutely, and that was fast. This is right now is on pace to be faster than what no one did. So, Sigma v Reinhardt. Reinhardt should win that every single time.
Well, and Ryan the Unicorn coming through with 2 clutch kills right there at the back of point A to deny any follow-up. Make sure they didn't have one of those big stalls like we've seen of them earlier in this series.
Absolutely, and 5 minutes and 3 seconds on the time bank there. Bull Skunk. This is actually looking really, really clean coming from them. I think they got pissed.
Do they got snowball potential? That's the question.
They've got the tools. They've got almost 3 ultimates, and 3 of them are game changers. So I think they can absolutely do it if they play their cards right.
May sitting up on the high ground for the side of no one, looking to deny that overlook there for the attacking team. So far, able to keep him in check. Eats a flashbang, is forced to back out. I think the Diva actually did her a favor, knocking her off that platform. But here comes the Earth Shatter. Nobody doing anybody any favors there. 3 members of no one lying on their backs, unable to defend themselves against the Diva bomb coming in. Tyre coming on the other side, trying to equalize, as well as the Gravitic Flux. Oh, and Autumn on this Junkrat. Opens up with 1 on the Tyre, finds 3 more, including the D-Mech, and the defense of no one, able to stave off the first assault coming through on the other side.
Yeah, I bet at what cost? That cost them 4 ultimates right there, and on the other side, they invested 2. They invested the Shatter and the Bomb, but they still have the Amplification Matrix. They've still got Deadeye, and they're coming up on their own Blizzard here. So is the potential to get a faster time gone? Not necessarily, but they're going to have to be really calculated in how they take this point, because I think they've got the potential. They've really got to do this. If they're going to show anything in this match, they've got to do it right here, right now.
Yeah, with the 2 support ults online, they do seem to have a little bit of an advantage. All their coalitions coming up on the side of the defense. Both of those ultimates coming out directly. Supercharger for defense. Ant Matrix on the side of the offense. Who can utilize all of this damage the best? Well, so far, no kills coming through for either team. Damage Orb is going to take out the Mei, and she was holding Blizzard in her pocket. That's a disastrous loss here for Cute Threat as they're trying to push in and equalize the time on the board. And it looks like the hopes of that are slowly dwindling away just as the seconds tick down.
Oh my gosh, and the skill orb claims yet another young life, and I want to have an F in the chat for the Mei there, because
F's in chat for Ryan the Unicorn.
She was trying to get out, and you saw the life slowly get sucked out of her. Yeah.
And with that all-important Blizzard, and now on the side of the defense, they've had time to build up 2 DPS ultimates of their own. And this is looking like it's going to be a difficult endeavor for this engagement.
I mean, Blizzard is still a game changer. I mean, if you take out Big Burrito on the Baptiste right now, that denies the immortality barrier. So I mean, you got to play it smart.
We're also looking for a big shatter to come from Insane. He's trying to jump out of the defensive Blizzard and just cannot quite escape the cold. He just puts himself right in the line of fire of the entirety of the defense. You do have Odrag trying his darndest to go in and make something happen here on this Junkrat. He has just a speck of health, though. He is going to drop. Ace does come up with a good kill off of the Diva Bomb, but here comes the Tyre the other way. Baptiste is down, and this defense is going to hold with a little under 2 on the clock.
Oh, man. I mean, the bomb did what the bomb needed to do and take some people out, but I think there was too many losses at that point. I think you hold it in your pocket and you wait for the shatter. And the coalescence was popped with 2 people down already. So I think that the ult management right now is what is killing Cute Threat and their chances of extending this maybe to a BAP 5 today, as no one is on match point at this moment.
Supercharger available here for the defense. That Earthshatter still in Insane's pocket on the side of Cute Threat as they're looking to push back in here. If this is not a fast fight, it could be the final fight. It looks like Cute Threat just backing up, I think, waiting for some cooldowns to come back online. Not quite sure what you're waiting for here, Cute Threat. What are you choosing to engage with? Wait for that Blizzard, perhaps? What do you think, Billy?
I think that they're waiting for the window up top to kind of get the high ground advantage here and kind of rain hell down on top of them.
45 seconds with all of this delay. This will absolutely be their last good opportunity here to take Volskaya. Blizzard in the pocket. One Earth Shadow coming out on the side of the offense. Didn't seem to find much. It looks like he may have gotten one stun there on the back end, but here comes the Blizzard as well. Defensive Blizzard thrown into the mix. Supercharger is the only victim of the attackers, Blizzard, and now the defense throwing a tire in the mix, making it with a good pick of his own. And despite the chaos on the objective, it is going to be no one on the defense thriving in that chaos and emerging victorious with just 10 seconds left on the clock. I think we're moving to 3-0 here.
I think you're right. I don't think there's anybody that could actually get there. There's just not enough mobility for them to do it.
Doomfist trying to make it in, but the Maywall, he allowed just a speck for the Doomfist to touch and get that overtime wick of burning. Oh, Drag tossing in a tire, takes out the Orisa, and the main tank gone here on the side of the defense. But they do get countered back on him, throwing in some big hurt on that Junkrat, takes down the Wrecking Ball who came in to stall. Oh, Drag falls as well to another skill orb, and this defense will indeed stand tall. And no one claiming a 3-0 lead here in this matchup.
Yep, they go to 4-0 on these on the season here, and I mean match points mean everything. So, oh man, you hate to see the wipe here, but I mean it's been pretty one-sided, one-way traffic here, ladies and gentlemen. So as we go into Route 66, no one up 3-0. Can Cute Threat come back and claim a map?
Welcome back, my friends, the Console Overwatch multi-tier tournament. We are here with a Tier 2 division matchup between No One and Cute Threat. No One up 3-0 as we head into our fourth map, Route 66, looking to complete the clean sweep and plant their feet on the top of the mountain that is Tier 2 here in the CGL multi-tier tournament. Billy, man, it's been a dominant performance so far. What do you expect to see out of these teams going into our escort map?
Oh man, I mean, it started off so well for Cute Threat on their attack, and I'm critical when I see what I see. Defense has got to be better here. They've got to play as a unit. They've got to also take care of the flankability that has been the hallmark of No One tonight. Their flank characters are absolutely playing out of their heads right now. So if they're not going to, if they don't take care of Madly Dank, if they don't take care of Autumn Canvas, this is going to be a very fast map for them. On the other side, No One, man, why change anything up right now?
Right.
Because it's just, all the cylinders are clicking, and it is a very finely tuned Porsche engine right now, maybe even a Lamborghini. Only one map lost across all the weeks. So as we go into Route 66.
Well, and I mean, as we talked about, Cute Threat 3-0 coming into this match. There are certainly no slouches in the scene, but No One making quick work of them here today so far.
I mean, if I look at who they played to get that 3-0 score, Entity PR, I don't know who they are. Pluto Esports, new team, and Apollo Tier 2, also a new team. So maybe they had a easier schedule.
Maybe. I mean, Apollo is the strongest of those three, just off the top of my head, just from what I know. Again, the new teams, we haven't seen a whole lot of them. Kind of difficult to judge, but No One looking to stand alone on the top of the mountain here.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, there's two divisions. I think they're in Division 2. So I'm not sure what the other division actually stacks out to be. I've actually asked somebody to get a Tier 2 list together for me to help me out with this.
Well, we are getting a No One back in the blue jersey, starting us off on the defense here with a little Reinhardt Diva. Bringing back the Brig, and I love that pick so far. Cute Threat has had zero answer to Brigitte here today. Looks like they're going to bring out the Reaper this time, though, to try to answer back. We'll see how it works out for him.
I like the Reaper call here. I like the Reaper call, the mobility, the ability to shift out of damage, the ability to burst down tanks. I mean, this is something that we haven't seen all match. And if you're bringing it out now, and especially if it's successful, then you got to scratch your head and say, why the F did you not bring it out before?
Oh, Dread goes in, trying to find the kill onto that McCree. Comes out of his Wraith form and just gets stunned and deleted. Meanwhile, down on the front line, Ace is frozen solid, sent back to spawn, and the defense of no one planting their feet here right at the very first choke.
But what I want to really, really point out to you is watch how they are playing as a unit. The only person that's getting out of the circle of love, as I want to call it, is AvianNet, and the only reason why they're doing it is because they're chasing down a kill, they're confirming a kill, or they're going up and getting somebody on the high ground. Yeah, I mean, they're really playing as a massive unit right now.
Yeah, did a good job of catching that flank there in the last engagement. Now good Maywall coming up, dividing off the Reinhardt from the rest of his squad. But Dragon's coming in on the side of Cute Threat. Earthshatter thrown in on the side of the defense, though, combined with Blizzard. That's going to yield multiple kills, 2 of them at the hands of the Hammer, a Billowy Splash. And this defense mowing over the offense of Cute Threat like a yard in summer.
Well, the Verge has definitely been clipped here, and the roses have been pruned. However, we still have a little bit of a growing season here. 2 minutes on the clock here. Right now, what I need to see from Cute Threat is coordinated lethality. You know, why is Lemon playing ahead of the shield? That's the first thing. Play behind your shield. Bomb coming in the back right now.
Yeah, and worth noting a couple in the engagement before last, they made that swap over to the Ashe, who is going to come through with a good pick there, start things off, taking madly down off of the May. Autumn coming up with 2 big picks of his own, has got a Deadeye online, and the defense once again chasing Cute Threat right back into the diner here with just a $1:30 left on the clock.
And I'll tell you what, Autumn Canvas, once again, he is on the flank. He gets the D-Mech onto Lemon Booch from like 95,000 yards away. Just takes him out of the mech, just insta the lead on the mech. Yeah, they're playing so well together as a team. This is some beautiful Overwatch that I'm seeing right now from no one.
I would have to agree entirely. It looks like the defense kind of kiting back just a little bit as Cute Threat's trying to push around the corner, engaging with the Coalescence. But they got to watch out in their back line. They've got a Diva and McCree wrecking havoc from behind. The Ashe goes down. Earthshatter down on front. Once again, Billowy Splash laying waste to the front line as they all fall beneath the weight of his hammer. Off the side goes the Hanzo. Nope. Fortunately, he can climb walls, try to run desperately back to spawn to rejoin the rest of his team.
I mean, 30 seconds left on the clock, and really, they barely got it around this corner here. The kiting back from no one right now, when they lose a player, is absolutely stunning what I am seeing from my perspective. And Autumn Canvas is just playing just out of the reach of almost all the abilities from Cute Threat. He is right now basically carrying the team on his own from the sides when anything goes wrong.
Oh, off the top ropes comes a Blizzard. Hanzo is caught in that, but the May is forced to ice block up. But nevertheless, it splits off the team from the Reinhardt, and the Reinhardt gets focused down there on the side of Cute Threat. The front line of no one absolutely on cue, and like you said, behaving like a hive mind here, and that's going to enable them to put up one heck of a hold here on Route 66.
Oh my gosh, I mean, it's just only cleanup from here. It's just cleanup. There's a Shatter being invested by Billy, kind of a BM move just to stop Ace the Demiweeb. Man, that is lethality at its finest. That is Overwatch at its finest, ladies and gentlemen, because right now they're playing as one cohesive unit, as we've been kind of praising all night. But I mean, just seeing it from the top-down view that I have, that I use a lot when these big team fights come out, they literally are all pressing the buttons the same way. They're moving together. It's like a wave pull back and forth, left, right. It's beautiful to see from my perspective. So I think Cute Threat has come up against a juggernaut here in Division 2 or in Tier 2 tonight. This might be a wake-up call to them that, maybe the coordination's got to get a little bit better because this is the standard, ladies and gentlemen, for Tier 2 right now. As I'm looking at it, as I have seen throughout the weeks of competition that you and I have cast, Bull Skunk, this is one of the more dominant performances that we have seen in Tier 2.
Such incredible teamwork. This is definitely looking to be the team to beat. Now, we do still have one other team in the division that has not dropped a map. And That is Sunny with a chance, and they're going to have to put up another perfect game this week if they're going to want to stay in that #1 slot. Otherwise, it's going to belong to no one.
It just sounds so weird to say it'll belong to no one.
I'm enjoying it. I smile every time I get to use the pun.
So we've got Metal Dive coming out here-ish.
Yeah, Metal Dive, but with an odd DPS duo to accompany the Winston Wrecking Ball here.
Dive, but it's still dive! I love it!
Your principles, I suppose, are still the same. As you can see, the McCree and Autumn Wash going all the way through bottom cave, working his way into the back line, trying to behave almost as a Tracer would, looking to pick out the squishies. But this is going to take one phenomenal Herculean defense on the side of Cute Threat if they want to take this map. Lugnut getting an early kill onto the counterpart support. The May does counter back, as does the Segment here on the side of Cute Threat. They do have 2 men down, but Avianet and the Wrecking Ball just cleaning up house there on the back. Sigma trying to answer back the kill onto the Widowmaker, but at the very least, they've lost so many members of the defense. This is going to be a heck of an advantage here for no one as they look to close this thing out.
Yeah, and I think that maybe it may have been a little bit of a BM move to come out here with the Metal Dive. Now, especially that Doomfist has entered the situation. Oh my goodness!
On making the swap over to the Genji as well, just to complete our dive look here. Coalescence coming out on the side of no one as they look to push in. Mines thrown into the mix, kills light at the feed in the side of the blue team. And there it goes. The cart crosses the victory square. No one with a clean, and I mean very clean, 4-0 sweep.
That is dominance at its best, and even with the Metal Dive, which you would not even think of expecting. Once again, Brigitte. Big Burrito's Brigitte all night has been just absolute class.
I couldn't agree more. Unsung hero here.
Unsung hero. I mean, look at this healing going through it too. Just God. Okay, good stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, that is about as dominant of a performance as you are going to see in an Overwatch match here in Tier 2. Final score coming up 4-0 in the favor of no one. Bullskunk, I want to hear what you have to say about an MVP.
Oh man! It seems a disservice to not give it to the Madly Dank. I mean, coming through with a massive 6-man tire, but more than that, that was, you know, the clippable moment, the highlight of the match, no doubt. But consistent gameplay coming through from Madly Dank. Mm-hmm. Just a thorn in the side of Cute Threat all night long.
He was annoying.
Yeah.
And lethal.
Yeah.
So I think annoying and lethal, the combination was just too much for Cute Threat to overcome. I got to give an honorable mention to the tank line, though, also. I mean, you could give an honorable mention to the support line as well. I think Billy Splash on this Reinhardt is absolutely cracked. Watching his play, you and I both play Reinhardt, and yeah. I just stunning what he can do. And his positioning was always on point. He was always on point. His shield was going the right way. He didn't drop very much during this match, if I remember correct. I think there was one Diva Bomb that he died to just because his shield got bursted down. But other than that, you didn't see his name in the kill feed very often. So great play from their main tank. Great play from the supports. But yeah, I will echo the manly dank.
the manly Madly Dank.
Yeah, I mean, just awesome play all night, and I echo it. Times two gold star for Mr. Madly Dank on the Junkrat, and all that he played. So yeah, this was a very dominant performance, and back to the drawing board for Cute Threat. That one's got to hurt, especially coming in 3-0. Man, that's a real fast wake up call. If you're Cute Threat. But there's stuff that you can work on.
Really clean sweep. If you're looking at the map pool, zeros down the board, not a single point on the board in any of the 4 maps there for Cute Threat. You know, a lot of times you hear in Overwatch, well, that scoreline doesn't really reflect how the match really went. Yeah, this one does.
No, this one does.
This was as clean a 4-0 as I have seen all year.
I mean, it was 2 full holds on New Bonnie and on Route 66. I mean, that's the first thing that jumps out to me is that it was 2 full holds. You don't see that very often. So yeah, I think it's back to the drawing board. Maybe it was the hero pool.
Could be.
Maybe it was the map pool. Maybe it was a combination of both.
Yeah.
So that's, maybe that's what did them a disservice. Maybe they're used to have, maybe they've got a really cracked Lucio player that
Lucio Zarya.
is on. Lucio Zarya.
Lucio Zarya.
I thought Billy is going to suffer without a Zarya, because I know that's what he liked to play with.
Right.
So the fact that he didn't have his normal bubbler and he still did what he did, that's another one in the tank. And Avian Tet, that was a dominant play on the Diva from that young lady.
Well, that is going to do it for us here tonight, friends. Once again, no one moving to 4-0 on the season with a 15-1 impressive map record. Those map points, oh so important. We'll keep you updated if they can maintain that top slot. As of right now, they are number 1 in Tier 2. Well, Billy, thank you so much for joining, my friend. A pleasure casting with you as always. I have so much fun doing this. It's so awesome. It's such a privilege.
Being gone 3 days, I'm like, I miss Bullscom. I miss casting.
It's been an absolute privilege and a pleasure bringing you this matchup here tonight, folks. Thank you so much for the support. Tons of follows coming through on this stream. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Crossed 1,100 followers here on tonight's stream. Big Pog, Console Love in chat. I cannot thank you enough for the support. Amazing. Keeps us encouraged. Keeps the wind in our sails. With that said, we will bid you adieu. Wash your hands. Let's continue to flatline this virus. It looks like we're doing a good job, friends. Gamers leading the charge. Let's keep it up. Let's show them how it's done. And look out for each other in game and out. We'll see you next time.
Love you guys.